Hi guys, I'm going to explain you my third experiment in database, which is on basic SQL. So in this experiment we'll be dealing with the aggregate functions, the group by and auto by clause, and finding the built-in functions. So now let's start with the questions. So the first question says, find out how many customers have done the bookings. So for this I'll be using the count of booking number from car booking. So now let's run it. Showing 8. Now what is the average price of luxury cars? For it I will be using average of this, which is aggregate function, average of the base price per day, from the name of the table, where in where situation I'll be using the condition where car type is equal to luxury car. So I'm gonna run this, showing null. Now what is the maximum date of bookings for the car? For this I'll be using max. So select max of booking date from car booking, and I have added the group by clause, so I'm grouping by car ID. Here you can see that 7 November 14 is the max of booking date. Now find out the number of bookings for each car and arrange them in ascending order. For this I'll be using the count function, and for ascending order I'll be using by auto by car ID. By default it is arranged in ascending order. So I have to just run it. This is the required output. Now find out the car which is booked for maximum number of days. So for this I'll be using a subquery. Select car ID from car booking, and I'll be using the group by clause on car ID, and I'll be using having, which is always used along with group by, and I'll be using the count function also. Inside the count function I'll be calculating the return date minus booking date, which is equal to the subquery. This is the subquery. It returns a value and calculates the main query based on this value. So my subquery calculates the maximum of count of the return date minus booking date from the same table, and also grouping by car ID. So I have to just run it. So this is the expected output. Now moving to the next question. Display the customer name starting with R and R smaller. For this I'll be using the like keyword, like R percentage. R percentage means beginning with R, or if I use percentage R means ending with R. So or, and I'm using or also because it can either start with capital R or small r. This is expected output. Now which booking is done most recently, which means we have to again select the max book function. So select max booking date from car booking. This is the expected output. Now replace the registration number which has X with T. So we have to replace X with T, so I'll be using the update command and set the registration number is equal to T. T percentage means beginning with T, where registration number is equal to X. Since 0 rows is updated, since I don't have a registration number which starts with X. Moving to the next question. Display the dollar symbol in front price. So for this I have select car ID, and I'll be using 2 base price per day, $9999 from price details. This is the output. Find the card booked in leap year. For this I have to extract it from the booking date, so I'll be using select car ID, extract year from booking date from car booking, where inside the where condition I'll be using the group function, which is a mod. Inside the mod I'll be using another extract function, where mod of extract of year from booking date, 4. Since it is a leap year, so I'll be using 4 is equal to 0. So this is the output. Find the car booked in leap year. Find the top 3 bookings of car. For this I'll be using the row num. So, and I've set the row num, the minimum value, sorry, the maximum value. So for this I have select row num comma car ID from select car ID comma count of booking date. So I'll be calculating the number of booking date, and which is inside this from clause. From again I have another from car booking, and I'll be grouping by car ID and where row num is less than or equal to 3. This is the merge for top n analysis. So I'm gonna run this. This is the required output. Now calculate the age of the customer using DOB and find who is the oldest. So for this I'll be using the trunc function. I'll select login name, and I use the IUNC trunc, and I'll be using the sysdate minus date of birth /365 is the number of days in a year, comma 0 as age from customer details. Since here as age I've given, so that is, it will replace this sysdate minus date of birth by age. This is the required output. Now moving to the 13th question. Arrange the customer name in descending order. Display the first name together with second name as name. For this I'll be using the OR one. So for OR I'll be using 2 lines here with space. Select first name and last name as name. So combinedly I'll be giving as name from customer details, order by name descending. Since we have to name it by descending, because simply order by name shows that it will be ordered in ascending order. So to order in descending order we have to give DSC. This is the output. Moving to 14. Find the average booking of each car and which are all booked more than the average. Select car ID of count of booking number from car booking, and we have to group by car ID. And whenever we have to group by, it's not necessary that we have to use having, but in some cases we have to use it. For example, in this situation I'm using the having clause. The having count of booking number should be greater than this subquery. Inside the subquery it calculates the average of count of booking number. Since the first part of the question says that find the average booking of each car, because of this we have to calculate this subquery from car booking group by car ID. So this subquery returns a value which is then later calculated by this main query. So this is the expected output. Finally we have find the car which is offered with minimum price. For this I'll be using select car ID from price details where base price per day is equal to, inside this I'll be using a subquery also. For this I'll be using the min group function, select min of base price per day from price details. So it's a simple one. I'm going to run this. So it's showing expected output. Thank you for watching my video.